The hardest mountain to climb is the one within. Mountain is the place that makes you realize that how tiny you and your problems are. It's the place that makes you alive. Your life should have more mountains and less stress. Mountains means big dreams, big challenges, difficulties. When you have some big dreams to chase or mountains to climb in life, you cannot be stressed, you cannot be distracted because your focus is on the climbing, on your journey. But most of us are afraid of mountains or having big dreams or setting big goals because deep inside we have a gut feeling that it's hard, it's impossible to climb to the top. But if you never go, you will never know. Nothing great can ever be achieved by being comfortable, so find your way of getting out of comfort zone and challenging your limitation. Growth and comfort do not coexist. I want to tell you why you should climb to the mountain. You are not in the mountains are in you. There were always mountains. Those mountains are your comfort zone, your fear, your excuses, your anxiety. Wherever you are watching this video, there is a pretty good chance you're facing a mountain or difficulty in some area of your life. Facing mountains or giant storms is a part of life. For most of us, what comes to mind is probably the situation we're struggling in the most. It could be in the area of your finances, where you are trying desperately to pay off that student loan debt. It could be in your career or studies, where you are barely doing well enough to get by. It's true, mountains are often a picture of problems we face in life. There is so much to learn from mountains, and I'm going to share with you, number one, great things await us outside the comfort zone. The most beautiful view comes after the toughest climb. No one can disagree that. Think about the efforts and the determination that leads you step by step towards your destination. Every single step brings you closer and closer to the peak. The path is not always plain, straight or easy. There are moments when you wonder why you are doing it. But if there is a valid why, you will also find a reasonable how. Embracing the challenges and overcoming fears is the first step to take, and the rewards will be great. There are powerful things waiting for us outside the comfort zone, and only through motivation, courage, and commitment we're able to achieve them rather than waiting for the right time to come. So start climbing with the first step. Don't be scared. If you look down, you will find your satisfaction. But if you look up, you will meet your motivation. Number two, while standing still, everything looks huge. From the valley, the mountain looks huge. You can hardly see the peak. It is the same way in life when we see a dream, when we think about to start a business, or when we imagine to achieve greatness. It looks impossible at first. It looks like it can't be done or achieved. But if you start to climb, or if you just break your dreams in part or start doing one step at a time, you will start going higher and higher, closer and closer to the top. There will be challenges and or hard times, ups and downs. Narrow paths and dazzling heights can be scary, but climbing a mountain also means overcoming your fears to experience something greater, something worth discovering. Fear can inhibit, and too much hesitation does not work in your favor. Both in life in the mountains, do you want to let fear take over your life or overcome fear and live for real? Sometimes it is necessary to overcome fear and regain self-confidence to live to the fullest, because every bigger goal starts with the first step, and this is often the hardest one. As Confucius said, the man who moves a mountain begins by moving small stones. Number three, the beauty of life is also the unexpected. Things doesn't happen as we plan always, but still we appreciate it later, that whatever happens, happens for good. The mountain reminds us that not everything can be predictable and under our control. Everything can change shortly, even the path we are walking on. Where there is life, there is a transformation. There are constant change, challenges and obstacles, and our reaction to the external environment can be different. So why do we try to have everything under control? A predictable life is far easier, but it is pretty flat. The mountain teaches us that a blue sky could turn gray without warning. An easy path could certainly hide complication, a part of life, and there are challenges that need to be overcome. Difficult roads make real explorers, and those who are not afraid of challenges have trust in their own legs, not on the path. Number four, The mountains create connections. The connection between human beings and nature is the most beautiful and genuine that can exist. Nature reminds us that we are all like trees, similar in shape but unique in our essence. All independent but connected to each other, and there is no gender difference. The mountain reminds us of the importance of the union. Remember, a single tree doesn't make a wood, a single stone doesn't make a mountain, a single individual doesn't make a society. It is the union that makes a difference. Often, it is the mountain itself that remembers this value. It makes us appreciate time with ourselves, as well as there is shared with others. It creates empathy and altruism, especially in case of difficulty. In the mountains, you are never alone but connected to the world. Number 5, preparation is the key for success. When climbing a mountain, your preparation could be the difference between life and death. You need to have water and food supplies, rain jackets, proper clothing, and the requisite knowledge. If one of these things is missing, your mountaineering adventure could very well end in tragedy. It is the same in our everyday life. If you're going for a job interview or exam, you need to prepare yourself. Be armed with the correct knowledge and research and know the right answer and question. This goes for all aspects of life. Don't be one of those people that shows up to take an exam without so much as a pencil. Number 6, keep going. I have seen too many people give up on their hopes and dreams. Sure, in life challenges happen. The path gets steeper. You face rejection. It is the same with climbing. When you approach an obstacle like a fallen rock or your energy levels drop low, do you give up? Or do you take another step? Suddenly you realize you are moving on. No matter how slow you think you are going, you are getting somewhere. Persistence in life creates powerful results. Take one step at a time, focused on your goal is equal to the end destination, regardless of how difficult that trail appears. It leads somewhere spectacular. It is good to get tired once in a while. Plane trains get boring and predictable. Challenges build your character and shape your personality to deal with whatever rises. Obstacles make life an adventure. No matter how rocky the path gets, refuse to decamp. Every mountaintop is within reach if you just keep climbing. Barry Finlay once said. Number 7, leave your fears at home, literally, and enjoy the change. Fear or uncertainty of mountains is one of the most important reasons why many people avoid going to mountains, as they fear a lot of things that can go wrong instead of what can go right. I'm not suggesting here that no one should fear going to mountains, as some of the risks are for real. But if you prepare right and are willing to take a calculated risk in life, you can achieve a lot more goals than without taking the risk. Number 8, all storms are temporary in life. Another important lesson I have learned from being at the mountains is that there will always be storms, bad weather, and maybe avalanches at the top. But they are all temporary, even though they may cause damage for some time, but they don't last too long. I've seen the weather changing very drastically while we were at the top of the mountain once, and it was really scary feeling. But knowing the behavior of the mountains, I was calm, waited at the safe location where we were better secured, and waited for the storm to pass. And after 45 minutes, the clouds cleared. Snowfall stopped, gusty wind calmed down, and we are finally able to proceed further.